I could not be more excited today. My man, my brother, he's back. Jimmy B is back in the house. And I'll tell you what, yes. Amen. Oh my gosh. I'm can clapping. I love that. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, it's only can because I couldn't get everyone in this room who's so excited about having you back, Jimmy. There's just not buildings big enough in Las Vegas or Arizona or even California to get the people in there so excited you're back, brother. And me personally, man, you and I have a personal relationship and a personal connection that we have for quite a few years now, man. And look, that never stopped when you left. Let's be clear. But I just feel closer to you than ever, man, that you're back in the Berkshire and the home services family, dude. I just welcome, brother. Welcome back.
Thank you. Look, it's like being away for a little bit and coming home. This has been amazing, and like you and I catching up that first day. The relationships. What we're seeing, whether it be with our relationships, is the most valuable thing we got in our business. Is the most valuable thing we've got in our life. And when I was thinking about some of the things that my wife last night, we were talking a little bit, and she's like, well, what has surprised you? She said, you know what? It surprised me how much that I forgot how important family and relationships are. And sometimes in the clutter of this environment that we're in, the difficult couple of years we've had in real estate, we can forget what's truly important. And sometimes we can lessen in our minds the value of that. But I'm just going to tell you, because Troy, I don't tell you what I think. I'm telling you what I know because I've been walking it. The relationships you have in those offices, the relationships you have with your leadership team, with your fellow agents, it has more value than I put on it, to be perfectly frank, in the beginning. So I'm extremely excited. Listen, I can't wait to get out there. I mean, surely y'all got some events where I can come spend some time with y'all. Listen, I'm looking forward to it. And obviously we're going to have all the events coming up that we've got, whether it be Stronger Together, whether it be everything that we're doing with Summit. We've got Vince's event, coming up, Explosion. There's so many different ways that we're going to stay connected. And as you know, I've been out there with your group a few times, and I just cannot wait to reconnect with everybody. I've had a number of the agents in your company, reach out, and I've had conversations with them. With me, I'm really looking for the great ideas that people are doing right now, what's working. So reach out to me, please share those ideas with me. If there's anybody watching this that has got something that's working, let me be someone that can help you get that information out so that we can all truly be stronger together. And that's one of the things that's going to be fun for me.
Yeah, dude, I'm so excited again. I'm just thrilled, just warm to my heart, buddy, that you're back, and just I can't wait to get you back reinfused with our family of company right here in Arizona, Nevada, and California. We've had some great conversations with folks. I was in Arizona just a couple of days ago, and we're recording. It's June 26th right now. So a couple of days ago, I've been in Arizona, and just the love I'm getting from people about you being back, and Vince at the brand, and Chris Kelly. There's so many great things taking place. We're a new company with a couple of our agents, Jimmy. We're talking about everything we've done over the years, and you mentioned 2 hard years. It's actually been 3 as of next month. 3 hard years, by the way, not 2. Not that I'm counting, brother. But it just
I know it's true.
Like 2. But we're reinventing too. You look at home services and the reinvention they're going through. We're reinventing as a company. It's time. It's time.
Absolutely.
We're different people. The leadership group's different. We're getting different agents and newer agents, excited agents. Business is done differently today than it's ever been. But part of that is you, dude. It's you've been leading the forefront on how business can be different and can be run on a social canvas across everything, which is cool. But dude, I know. Hey, look, you took a brief vacation. It's always nice to come home, though, right? After vacation, it's good to be home.
Yes,
good to be home.
And I want to speak to what you just said, Troy, if you don't mind, because look, I think you're absolutely right. It's like we've had this little song, that said that my wife, started this preschool here, and she had this little song that said that it was like the preschoolers at graduation every year would sing. And they would say, I'm not who I was. I'm not who I'll be. I'm somewhere in the middle, but God is changing me little by little. And I think what's happening to us as companies, as agents, as team leaders, as leaders, is that, yes, things are changing. And but we're refining and getting better. And one thing I do, this is what I'm really excited about, is we're going to have a centralized ability for people to gather the ideas. You know, you're going to be seeing a weekly mastermind where I'll be leaning on you and some of the others to help me find those folks that are doing things really well, so that we can bring the best ideas to all of us as a group. And so I will tell you, what we're seeing right now is a rebirth. And what we're seeing also is if I can encourage some agents, listen, we never know how long and how cold winters are. But there is a fact in nature and in business that spring always comes after winter, every single time. It would be naive to not realize that the winter we've been through over the last 3 years has been cold. It's been hard, but spring is right around the corner. So I'm excited for us to be prepared so that we can have this separation season, I'm calling it, between us and our competition, to really set the stage for people to have their best year ever this year, and especially coming in next year.
But I love that analogy, and I would say just that, like, winter's over, right? We got some water on the road, we got some mud in the streets still from the snow, all the runoff, but winter's over. The sun's peeking out more, temperatures are coming up, and it just feels good. You know, even just the last 2 days in Arizona, it felt good with everybody we were talking to. It's different. It's just different because home services is different now. And it's different in an amazing way. You know, we're past, like, look, the hangover's over. You know, we're ready to go back out the club again, right? We're going to some nicer clubs now, though. You know,
yes, you don't pay for it. That's right.
But partner, you're back as president of Beach Properties, which is where you were before. Obviously, you're coming back. You're going to be building that company again. But what's sexier than that to me, and everyone that's listening to this interview right now, is, dude, chief coaching. I mean, they created a role for Jimmy Burgess at Home Services. Number one, it's got to feel so flattering and so good, because we all love you so much, buddy. But tell me what that role in your mind, and I know you're still unpacking what this all is, so I don't want to put you on the spot too much, but what are you envisioning? I heard masterminds in there. We'll be getting together. I'll be bringing you different agents that are doing great things, so we can share that across the network of services. But what does that mean to you, and what is your, maybe just share a little bit of your vision today? And I know that's going to evolve and change, but give me what you've got today that I can share with everyone.
Yeah, well, let me just I think it's three prong, really. Number one is having a national mastermind that is consistent. So this will be starting here in the next, literally within a month or so. I've been doing these on a smaller scale with a couple hundred agents, where we're taking a specific topic. So for instance, we did one last week. It was practical ways that agents are using AI. Not the real deep dive on the 201. I'm talking about basic things like, hey, I'm at a house and the buyer asked me, how old is that water heater? And you literally can take a picture, drop it in ChatGPT, ask it what the age of the lifespan is. Then think about, asking it, well, what's the lifespan left, and what would it cost in this Las Vegas market for me to have it replaced, in a rough idea. Just little things like that. Well, then we'll have, next week, we may have social media. I talked to Bridget Baldwin just the other day, and I told her, I say, I'm going to lean on you to help me with some of this. We're going to be bringing the best ideas, the freshest ideas from all across the country on that weekly basis, where people can tap in for the energy to get excited about the business. I'll tell you this. I believe with all my heart, I've seen it time and time again. Excited and happy agents sell more real estate. And the problem is we've all been in this situation where it's just everything, whether it be from the media, whether it be literally the headwinds of the market. But it's time to get excited again. So we're going to have a place where you can just tap in there, have that access. Second prong will be, we're going to be having some coaching programs that we'll roll out. Anticipating, don't hold me to this, because literally we're 5 days into this. You know what I mean? So I got some time, but literally I've already started outlining a program for coaching where people can tap in, where there will be a weekly, and it's going to be either 60 or 90 days to momentum here at the end of the year. So where we will have a systematic approach where there'll be a video from me that talks about what we're doing. We'll have daily activities, and then there'll be some accountability from a manager or from someone in the brand or from home services, where you just text in your results. Nobody's going to say you suck for not doing it. They're just going to be there to support you, and the psychology of having a little bit of that accountability. And then the third prong of this is going to be, obviously, Vince and I talked yesterday, we're going to increase the amount in regional type of events. I truly believe live events change lives. And so what I would encourage you, that if you qualify for any of the events that we've got going on right now, whether that be Stronger Together, coming to y'all city, or to Las Vegas at least. Whether it be, Summit, whether it be Explosion, whether it be something that you're going to be hearing announcements about that Vince and I were talking about yesterday. What we're going to do is bring the best in the business to a centralized place where people can network and they can get those ideas and bring them back and get excited about their business again. So obviously that is a broad look. We're 5 days into this, and I'm so thankful for everybody, from a standpoint of Chris Kelly approaching me with this. And I mean, obviously been a great friend, continues to be, Vince, the entire leadership team, you guys. I mean, it's a crazy to think the depth of the leadership that we have here. And so, man, I mean, look, what I told our agents yesterday, and I want to say this to all of your agents too, buckle up. Because look, you can't turn a car when you're sitting still. So we're going to get going fast really quickly, because once we do that, we can make adjustments really quickly to just touching the wheel. But we're going to get going fast. We're going to get those ideas out there. And look, we want to make sure that we're putting the information here in front of the agents, where that all you got to do is just start implementing. That's the biggest thing. Fields are white, the workers are few. It's time to get to work and do the right thing.
Oh, hey man, I once heard from a wise man that, dude, you know why they make sidewalks? These streets ain't for everybody, baby. These streets ain't for everybody.
That's exactly right. I didn't know if you remembered that. Yeah.
I remember a lot of what you say, my friend. And number one, you give me a laugh once in a while. And number two, there's some meat in that too, man. And
that's true.
I think it's so funny. I could drop that out on this interview. I didn't know if I was going to be able to pull that one out or not, but
hey, I hope that people who are watching this and the agents that are watching this will realize, look, of course it's a corporation, but if you've spent any time with Troy, my friend Troy, he's not a corporate guy. Let me just say this. I'm sitting here and you're seeing I've got jeans and J's on. It's what I wear every day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is not a corporate. We are here to figure out how we can serve our clients to the highest level possible. So we're not going to get caught up in the pretentiousness of this. We're going to knock down the walls of bureaucracy, and we're just going to be bringing the ideas to the people that can implement them in a way that helps them serve at the level they're supposed to serve at. And everything else will take care of itself, as long as we're out there doing what we're supposed to do and operating at the highest level possible for us in our profession.
Buddy, you couldn't have said it best. It's so easy to think of this as just such a big corporation because it's Berkshire Hathaway Home Services and it's all the things, right? But at the end of the day, we're people, and we're people that genuinely want to make a difference through the gifts that we've been given. And you've always done just that. And that's what I strive to do, the same thing. We make a lot of mistakes along the way, my friend, but that's where we learn. That's where the real opportunities lie as well. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing that. We're feeling that. And like you said, you're 5 days in. I feel like I'm 2.5 months in since we were in Minnesota with Chris and really hearing about his new vision and talking about, look, it was a typical, we got to get to neutral before we can get to drive. And because we've been in reverse for a few years, but we're sitting in there and Chris comes out and Chris says, look, man, here's what we did. This worked. This didn't work. We're not going to do that again because that didn't work. But here's where we want to go. We're not there yet, but here's where we want to go. So we shifted into neutral. Now we're just pushing it drive. Jimmy Burgess comes back. Now we're pushing it drive a little bit, right? Now we're moving. Like you said, man, watch out on these streets, dude, because this car, little adjustments to the wheel before you make a big turn. And that's, I think, where we're heading. That's where we're heading as a company. And I know that's your mindset too, Jimmy. It's like, look, let's just make those small tweaks. Get that 1% a day, 1% better each day, right?
Yes,
that's where we're heading. So,
absolutely.
And Jimmy, you've coached thousands of agents, be it singular, be it group. You've made such a big impact with so many people across the country. It's not just Florida, it's not just Arizona or California or Las Vegas or Omaha. It's across the country, man. So you've seen it all. Markets are different in every market. And I know you're really good at not specifying, like, look, in your market, this is happening. It's like, look, in the industry, this is what's happening. Yeah. You pick and choose the nuggets you need and put those in there. But I'm going to give you all the nuggets.
That's right.
What's the number one? And if you could put a number one, what's the number one mind shift that top producers are making this year right now? And how can our agents lead that charge?
Yeah, I would say the mindset that is really making a difference because, look, I'll tell you, Somebody's going to have their best year ever. Why not you?
Mhm.
I've been working with a group of agents that the 7 agents that I've been coaching the last few months that I'm unwinding right now, personally coaching, every single one of them are having their best year ever. Every single one of them.
That's
And
amazing.
the mindset is to keep their head down and focus in on the people. We've shared this before, that look, this is not the time to be buying more leads. This is time to start buying lunch for your sphere of influence. This is a time to
Yeah.
reevaluate those relationships, to realize how good that we do have it. And from that standpoint, man, I'm just thinking about this. Let me show you this. I know I've
Yeah.
shown you this. I don't know that I've shown
Sure.
everybody else this. Get this off my.
Sure. Yeah. Please.
So here's the thing that I think agents have to remember, because look, it has been tough. And so if you're somebody that's been in this business for a while, or you're a brand new agent, um, it has been difficult. But what I've found is that if you think back on your life, everything this life has ever thrown at you, this world has ever thrown at you, you're batting 1,000. You're going to overcome this market as well. When your mindset gets right and you understand, you stay focused on those people. So what I encourage agents to do right now, especially those that are trying to think there's another level, is don't forget where you come from. So literally, this is on the corner of my desk. You've seen this before, haven't you, Troy? You know what this is? So literally, it's still sitting here. And what this is a mason jar, because I'm sitting here in this 30A area with these multi-million-dollar houses all around me down here where I am now. But I'm 30 miles from this dirt road that I grew up on. And so what I did, as things got good, and especially when they're tough, is I went up there and I took this mason jar we have in the South, and I literally went up there and I scooped that red clay off of that. And what I'll do, and I've done it a bunch this last week, is I'll take this when things are tough, and I'll take it and I will pinch a little bit of this, and I'll just rub it in my hands. And here's why. Look, we all got that dirt road or something in our past that we need to remember. That place of where we were taught the integrity we live by. We were taught a sense of community, hard work, service to others. And when we can remember all of the things that we've overcome in the past that have come and been thrown in front of us, this is just another bump in the road for us to just literally be going to that next level. It is literally like we're moving from one place to the next. And there are always dips between. And maybe you've been going through that. But I will tell you, when you realize that somebody's going to have their best year ever and you apply yourself to the service of others, look, we're going to give you all the strategies. This is not a strategy session today. I can tell you, you're going to be overwhelmed with the strategies. You can go and look on the YouTube. It's out there.
Yeah.
But get your mind right and understand who it is. Don't forget who you are. Pull your shoulders back and walk boldly into everything that you're supposed to do. And I will tell you, because I'm watching it every single day, this is the time that we're separating ourselves from those around us. So, man, I can't wait, Troy, to be out there in person with you guys. But this is a time for agents just to realize that the best is truly yet to come.
Yeah. I'm so glad you said that, and I'm so glad you shared the mason jar as well, buddy. Because I know, it's a most people understand what that is, but it's a pattern interrupt. You're giving yourself a pattern interrupt, and you're breaking
Yeah.
what that little voice inside your mind is telling you, because it's there to sabotage you most of the time. So what you got to do is you got to break it. And Jimmy, you use that dirt, you rub your hands, remember who you were. You're breaking that. You're bringing in a whole new feeling throughout your body, not just your mind, but your body. And you start acting in different ways. And you're so good at that, brother. And I'm so thrilled that you're going to be sharing so much more of that personally. Like I said, more live events, getting together more. Vince has talked a lot about that too. He and I were talking about that, just the power of live events. And we haven't been able to do that for so long. And it sucks because it definitely put fractures in our culture because we're not getting together and we're not sharing best ideas as much. And the good news is, it's like bumps on a car, right? You get a scratch on a car. Sometimes you don't want to fix it because it brings back a good memory. My dad first taught me to drive, and I ran into that thing. And that bump, I'll never fix that bump because that was my first time I was driving a car. Whatever it is, that's where we're at today. That's where we're at with our organization. I believe that's where we're at with home services as well. And what we're seeing now with everything that home services is pouring into us, you, me, all of us together, and with a louder voice, and the 8 different working groups that are working right now behind the scenes for all of our agents to make this a better place to be, live, work, have family with, serve others, everything, all of it. But yeah, my people are so tired of hearing me say this, but I've never been more fired up to be in home
Me
services
too.
that I am today. Never, not since I joined this
Me too.
company, that I ever feel this good about where we're going. And buddy, you are the icing on the cake. So I'm so happy you're here, Jimmy. Thank you. Dude, we went 24 minutes. Thank you for the time today. You're 5 days in. That was a big ask to say, brother, I just need you for a little bit. I want people to know what I know about you. And I know we're skipping the surface is all we're doing. And I love to do more of these. Whenever you have time, we'll do more of these and we'll keep getting these out to Arizona, California, Nevada properties. I just want them to know you like I know you because it made my year to see your name pop up and see my phone ring on Thursday morning with Jimmy Burgess on the other line going, I'm back, baby. That was a
Yeah.
fantastic call to take. So, man,
Yeah.
appreciate you so much,
Yeah.
Jimmy. Any final words? And I know you got another call coming up.
Yeah. No, I just say, just get excited. Just get excited for what the future holds and lean into everything that Troy and the team are giving you guys out there, and just be ready because we got some good stuff coming from us as well. So thanks. I appreciate you more than you know, my friend.
Thanks so much, Jimmy. We'll be talking real soon, buddy, and can't wait to see you live. Take care, man.
See you guys soon.